swing, and there's a high drive into deep right field. Going back, Tatis at the warning track, at the wall. Goodbye!
Deep to right field, ranging back Tatis, all the way to the wall.
Get into the gap. Is anybody there? No. Here it comes. And the throw. Not in time. And this one is over.
Another W in the books for the San Francisco Giants. Make it 12-15. Make the San Francisco Giants 61-58. And we are right back in this thing. That's why I don't play taps too early. Imagine if I'd have played taps a week or two ago when everyone wanted me to. Then I'd be sitting here like, we're done. Why are we all happy? I didn't play it because it wasn't over, and it ain't over. And the Giants, with this win, are right back walking up to the door. We'll check out the standings, but the Giants are walking up to the wild card door, hands out, fist there, ready to knock on the door. 2 games back as we stand here and are just hoping that the Braves keep struggling. The Cardinals will lose here and there. Mets and Diamondbacks need to lose, and the Giants have a chance to leap into the playoffs. And they've been playing great. This is what they needed to do. 1.5 out. Correction, 1.5 out. Dave Auburn, Giants fan. And very, very nice. Are we undefeated since Canada's first? I think so. I'm not sure, but it seems like it. But all I know is the Giants have won 12 of their last 15. This is exactly what I said they had to do, and they're doing it. And I will, I don't expect them to win every single day, but they have to do close. They have to be damn close to it. I don't expect a sweep of the Braves in a 4-game series, but I do expect a sweep of the Tigers, A's, White Sox, at least 2 of those 3 series. And they're fixing to do it tomorrow against the Tigers with 1 more W. So big win today. We will break it down. Now, the offense, again, is not exactly anything to write home about. Giants were getting no hit, basically a perfect game pitched against them for the first 4 innings. So Herter was putting a hurt on the Giants offense for a while there. It was very concerning. And then even more concerning in the 9th when Walker comes in and he's perfectly named because he walks a batter, scares the hell out of everyone, gives up a base hit. It's like, oh no, what are we got? Doval 2.0? But he finishes it off and gets it done and picks up the save. And it is his first of the year. Just had to double check. It is his first save of the year for Ryan Walker. Giants 3, Tigers 1, but the pitching today is what got it done. The greatest of all time. Okay, maybe that's going a little too far. Logan Webb, 7 strong, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts. Doesn't get run support, but today he got just enough to get the much-deserved win. The W to Webb, he's 10-8. Rogers comes in and sets it up. Traditional baseball here, 1980 style. The starter goes 7. Setup man throws an inning. Closer finishes it off. And the Giants get the W. More wins means closer to playoffs. Playoffs? Yes, it's a $2 super chat. And today the Salvation Army keeps the streak going. It is August 10th, and the streak. Could we actually make it through the whole season with the super chat streak? I don't know. Through the season and the playoffs for sure. Because the playoffs, if the Giants are in, we're going to have some massive post-game shows on the playoffs. We're going to be pushing them to an hour-long post-game shows. Make sure to be here in October because the Giants will be here. Okay, so Logan is a stud. Haley, I love my gato. 100%. Giants are on a roll. Who we got here? Dave, Auburn Giants fans, Mets losing. We got to keep an eye on the scoreboard. Scoreboard watching for the rest of the year. I agree with Eric that a lineup has to provide more hits if we're going to compete with our division. Look, the offense is going to have to be a little better, but it's good to see the pitching is getting it done. Pitching and defense wins in the playoffs, as they say. Well, we're doing that, but you need some offense. I never subscribed to this theory that just pitching and wins. You got to have some offense, because you know the team you're playing is going to have some offense, regardless how good your pitching is. And the Giants just haven't been scoring many runs. I'm not sure the exact average, but I know that apart from yesterday, apart from the last couple of games in the Nationals, they were definitely struggling. But are starting to get better. We're starting to get better. We're seeing more 7-run games, 8-run games, 9-run games. They're happening. So I'm not going to complain too much. You can't expect to get everything. We're not going to get elite hitting, elite pitching, elite bullpen, elite closer. We're not going to get all of that. We want just enough to win on almost a daily, to win enough games to get into the freaking playoffs. Yes. And I said the Giants need to lose no more than 3 games against the Tigers, Braves, A's, and White Sox. And we haven't lost one yet. Not one yet. So that's very good. Micah, Paul, Brandon Belt needs to be signed. And we did have the ceremonies pre-game, the 2014 reunion. And Madison, I didn't know Bad Bum was going to show up. If you asked me, I probably would have bet that he would, but I was not super confident. I was about 60%. I was like, he has to show up. He has to show. He was the 2014 World Series. We don't have. He has to. But then again, it's Bum. Bum does whatever he wants. But luckily, and especially because he's kind of still hasn't retired officially. So he hasn't retired officially. So I'm like, I didn't know, but he showed up.
A giant welcome back to Oracle Park to 2014 World Series Most Valuable Player, Madison Bumgarner. And catching for Matha is forever giant Buster Posey. A giant welcome back to Oracle Park.
Better times. Just joking. But obviously the 2010, 2012, 2014 era, the Bruce Bochy era, the Bumgarner, Posey, Belt, Crawford, Joe Panic was there in 2014, and going back to all those guys that we had during that time. Definitely a special time, and we're going to have to, we got new blood now, and we're going to have to try to, I don't expect the Giants to win 3 World Series in 5 years, but we're going to have to try to start another run, a little, maybe not a full-on dynasty, but let's start a little playoff run, make the playoffs I want to be a playoff team every year. And I know it's not impossible. The Dodgers do it. They don't win World Series, but they win the playoffs. Teams can do it. The Giants should be that team. I mean, not literally every single year, but, over a 10-year period, you want to be in the playoffs 7 or 8 times. And we haven't been doing that. Plus, the Giants won the 2014 World Series champions, the San Francisco Giants roster, 2014 NLCS MVP, and 2014 World Series MVP, Madison Bumgarner. Dave, thank you for being here. Salvation Army. But yeah. Well, obviously, I didn't hear that, Michael Roeder. So if I would have known that, then I would have known. I didn't know that. So I'm not all knowing as everyone else, but I was looking and I couldn't find that information. So shout out to everyone who got that info, but I didn't know he was going to be here until today. I didn't hear that. I'm a little focused on today's team, to be honest. I wasn't really too focused on it, but here he is, Bum.
That before Game 7, you guys were standing in the outfield, and you told them, if I get into this game, I'm not giving the ball up. How confident were you that no matter, they ended up asking 5 innings of you, but no matter what was asked of you, you could do it that night?
Yeah, that going back to how I felt, and that's honestly the whole, most of the second half of that season, but especially the postseason that was me as good as I could be. You know, everything was working perfectly. You know, people talking about the zone, that was it. I didn't have it before then, and I didn't have it after then. You know, that was the spot for me. And you know, I wouldn't have said that if I wasn't 100% confident of it. I wasn't trying to be arrogant. We were just talking, and I was just
Locked in right there, very confident. I mean, that's a dude right there. When you're that confident, like I can, like, you know, you're going to get it done, and he got it done. I don't know how you could possibly know you're going to get it done, especially because they almost blew it there. If you remember that 2014 game, that triple, that was the scariest moment of all time. If Juan Perez doesn't come up with that baseball out in center field, if Juan Perez doesn't pick up that baseball cleanly, which he didn't pick it up cleanly, but if he had bobbled it any more than he did, we would have given up that lead and possibly lost that game. If you guys remember that play, we got to sell a super chat. It is Corona Accounting Solution with the 499. Thank you so much. Missed the whole thing. You missed the game? You missed the game?
What did you say?
Well, you missed a good one. Logan Webb dominates, and the Giants take it 3-1. We will have to recap this game and talk about everything that happened. Wasn't like the most entertaining game ever played, but the Giants were getting shut down offensively, and it was getting very worrisome. And I was getting frustrated. Like, even though the Giants have been playing well, winning games, it's like, dude, we got to hit. I don't expect, you know, to get 10 runs every night, but we can't just get no hitters thrown against us all the time. Come on, let's do something. And they did in the 5th inning. That's when everything got started offensively for the Giants. And I believe that's when they broke up first of all, the Tigers did score a run in the top of the 5th on a base hit, RBI. So they had a 1-0 lead. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Mike Yastrzemski, I believe, broke up the no-hitter. Gerard Encarnacion also had a base hit, and Brett Wisely hit a double. And just like that, it was 2-1 Giants. Yaz and Encarnacion both scored on that double. Big hit right there. And then Ramos get a base hit to make it 3-1. And that was all of the scoring in this game. In the 9th inning, the new closer comes in, and it's Ryan Walker. He walks a dude. He gives up a base hit. I'm like freaking out. Then he strikes out 2 dudes, including Javi Baez. Baez was a scary guy to be up there because, you know, Baez has big power, and he can go deep, but he can also be struck out, and we were able to get the strikeout. So the Giants, yes, 12 of 15, if I'm not mistaken, 12 of 15, and I'm super happy about it. Fitz is so good, it's hard to believe he's hitting 310. He is amazing. Oh, Fitzgerald, dude, Fitzgerald is wouldn't have never thought. I mean, I like Fitzgerald in spring training and everything, but there was a guy I thought, now I can't remember his name, played last year. I thought he was going to be a big contributor this year. Hasn't even been here because he's been hurt most of the year. I'm forgetting his name, outfielder. Played last year. Wade Meckler. I thought Wade Meckler, I think he's finally off the IL. And he's hitting 281 down only with 1 home run. I thought he was going to play more this year, but we haven't seen him yet. We got Tommy Hugsley. Yeah, Wade Meckler. Yeah, we can't have political posts up in here. You say you're, you know, I wish we lived in a world where we could just say our opinions on some things, and half the people didn't disown you for life, but that's not the world we live in. Kaiser Soze Wade, maybe with a little help from the cheat. Paul, thank you for being here, everybody. So the Giants 3-1, the final score today, only get 6 hits. Runners in scoring position today, the Giants go 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. The Tigers go 0 for 6. So as usual, even though 2 for 12 is not good, it's better than 0 for 6. The team that does better with runners in scoring position wins the game. It's incredible. I think every game but like 3 all year, if you do better with runners in scoring position, you win the game. It's crazy. That's the key. hit with runners in scoring position. Bring them home. Yes, you're not going to hit 1,000, but the better you hit with runners in scoring position, the more games you're going to win, especially with the Giants, with this pitching staff that we got. And I think the Giants have a full chance. I mean, yeah, you lose tomorrow. We win the series today, but you lose tomorrow. It's actually going to be frustrating because we have a chance to sweep. And the Giants put themselves in this position by not playing that great earlier this year. And Giants are in a position where we can't lose very many games. So you can say, well, we're playing great. You can't be mad at one loss, but I can and will be mad at one loss because we have to win these games, especially with the Braves series coming up. And tomorrow, a big chance to do so with Hayden Birdsong taking the mound against Cater Montero for the Tigers tomorrow. I'm trying to get to the chat here. I haven't watched any of the games because I still haven't decided on a cable provider, and so I don't have access. Manny Aviles. I understand that. You might be able to stream them. I don't know if you have any streaming options at MLB.com or whatever, but you should do a watch party of the 2014 Game 7. I can do that. I can do that. Unfortunately, we're not going to make it to the postseason, to be honest. I mean, how can you be so sure? Okay, let me ask you this. Who's going to make it? Since the Giants aren't, to me, it's a toss-up right now. I'm not saying the Giants should be favored. I think our percentage is definitely a lot better than it was. It was like something stupid, like we had a 2% chance or something a while back. I think maybe Fangraphs. I'm trying to find it here. It should be at least 20%, I would hope by now. Let's see. Giants playoff percentage. Man, I'm a genius. 20. I swear to God, I didn't look at that. 20.1%. So it is 20%. Which if we're going to take that at face value, it's not good odds, but it's not the worst odds in the world. It's 2-10. Not very good odds, but I'll take those odds. You know, right now, after the season the Giants have had, I'll take those odds. 20% chance to make the playoffs, and with every win, that's going to go up. The way the Giants are playing right now, I feel it's better than 20%. I feel it's better than 20%. So, look, the Cardinals are 17.4%. Mets, they got at 37.8%, even though the Giants are only a couple games, 1.5 games behind the Mets. So this could change really fast, really, really fast. Keep winning and we're going to be in. Keep winning and we're going to be in. Everyone's starting to come along. I think we need to see how good we are against the division if we can beat the Dodgers and D-backs. We'll have something going on. Keeping it real. Chapman is a freaking stud defensively. He didn't have any huge hits today, but he has been really good defensively and offensively, and he's brought in the power. Giants only had one extra base hit today, and it was by Brett Wisely. Another guy, dude. Big shout out to Brett Wisely with the big hit today. Guys like that are just so invaluable. And that's how the Giants won World Series. It wasn't just the Bumgarners and the Posies and the Belts and the Crawfords of the world. Every one of those years, we had contributors. Do we win the World Series without Cody Ross in 2010? Do we win that World Series without Cody Ross in 2010? I don't think so. We probably don't even get to the postseason in 2010 without Cody Ross. And then recall 2012 with Ryan Theriot, Marco Scutaro, with some of his key hits and contributions during that playoff run. Those guys were incredible. And then 2014, Joe Panic and guys like that in that Giants roster. Without them, no chance. So, yeah, obviously we needed the big dudes, but little contributors like Gregor Blanco, Joaquin Arias, I forget about these guys, but they were contributors. And that's kind of the guys like the Wisleys that we got now. By the way, if you missed the news, I think Flores is out for the season. So Wilmer Flores was not the guy we needed this year. He does have a 2025 team option. I'd be a little surprised if the Giants pick that up. I'll be a little surprised if the Giants pick that up. Not shocked, but surprised. Sometimes the car is not the problem. It's the mechanics. Not in my case. Because I'm a mechanic. Do-it-yourself mechanic. I usually get it done. I get it done. I get it fixed. I haven't had to take my car or my van to the shop in years. Thank you so much for that. Super chat. Cody Ross was the band. Ross the boss. Miss Panic. Why are Chapman and Snell trying to leave us when we're 3 games above 500? Like that's not like mediocre. They're trying to leave us. You're talking about in free agency. I mean, we don't know what they're going to do. Was Wilmer ever really here? I think Wilmer may have played his last game for us. Yeah, Wilmer out for the season. I have to go. Thank you, Echo Sky, for being here today. We have covered the game. We do need to put out the poll. We do need to put out the poll. For the player, Edgar Renteria. Without Edgar, without that home run in the World Series, who knows? Every contributor counts. It really does. You can't just win a game on baseball with a couple of stars. The same basketball, you sign LeBron James, you go win it all. We could literally bring back, I mean, we proved that. We proved that. Giants have already proven that. We had Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds was probably better than any athlete in their particular sport when he was, steroids or not. I mean, let's just put that aside. Statistically, he was putting up numbers never seen before or since. How many World Series did we win? Not a one. Not a one. Bonds doesn't have a ring. Bonds doesn't have a ring. How is that possible? Because it's baseball. Because it's baseball. The true team sport. The true team sport. Player of the game today, who we got? Yaz is an option. Maybe Ramos. Maybe Wisely. Maybe Webb. Who's the player of the game today? Maybe Fitzy? Too many options. Let's just throw it out there and let y'all pick. The poll is up. Renteria had one of the most key hits in our entire dynasty. Thank you guys so much for the support. It's just incredible. There are actually 51 people here. 51 people. 51 people are here. That is insane. That is insane. I want to appreciate everyone for being here. No pictures, Eric? I'm not sure what that's in reference to. I do have Webb on the list of on the poll. And as far as our pitchers during the dynasty, oh man, too many to count. Too many to count. Relief pitching too. The big four. Oh, the big four, right? They're giving away that statue for the Mount Core 4 giveaway in Sacramento on August 16th. We got Affeldt, Lopez, Casilla, and Romo. The Core 4. The Mount Rushmore. I mean, you put up a Mount Rushmore of Giants. Obviously, you typically would put, Willie Mays, Barry Bonds, guys like that. Willie McCovey, maybe. But this might be even cooler. Affeldt, Lopez, Casilla, and Romo. The Core 4. I mean, how many bullpens had 4 of the same dudes in 3 World Series championships? Some probably had like Yankees or something like that, but I'm sure the Yankees did it. But I mean, a specific Core 4 Giants, baby, all day long. Thank you so much. I didn't see it, Eric. Who are you voting for, Michael Roeder? You don't like my list? You want Chapman or Canna? Write in. You got to write it in. What about the Fear the Beard, Brian Wilson? Oh, man, Brian Wilson, of course, in 2010. 2012, he was there, but Romo took over the closing duties. Now, Brian Wilson in 2012, don't remember really what happened, but either he wasn't as good or was hurt during that playoffs. I don't remember even him being, he didn't even pitch in 2012. He must have been hurt, but he was on the team. We had some problems with him, and he ended up leaving, going to the Dodgers for a couple of years. And just kind of his career just fizzled out. But speaking of Brian Wilson, I do have my top 25 closers video coming out probably tomorrow or at latest Monday. So keep an eye out for that new video. I'm hoping it gets big views because I'm a YouTuber. Okay, YouTubers want views, breaking news. Some of them say, I don't really care about views. Bullshit. We got Kenna Chapman. After getting rocked by the Nats, can Birdsong bounce back? Oh, Birdsong's bouncing back. Yeah, he got hurt in 12. Yeah. So, it's honestly, like, I forget some of these things. Like, you've been a Giants fan since the 1980s. It's hard to remember those kind of things. But I do remember for sure Romo took over, and Romo got that last strikeout with that fastball, crossed up the hitter, Miguel Cabrera. I think without Jeremy Affeldt, we wouldn't have won our first World Series. Could be very well correct. And do check out Jeremy Affeldt's book. I don't know. He might have a new book. But Jeremy Affeldt did write a book called To Stir. Oh, yeah, he does have a new book. Relatively new. It's a couple of years now. But he wrote To Stir a Movement in 2013. Really good book. And the most interesting thing about that book that stuck with me is the process, the arbitration process that he talks about. And it's nasty. That is a nasty process. You could be like a great player for your team. You think your team loves you. Your manager loves you. You're doing big things. For 5-6 years, you go to arbitration, and all of a sudden they go into a room and talk trash about you. They talk trash about you. So you go into the room like you're Donovan Solano. You won the Silver Slugger. You hit 336. You're like, hey, guys, let's do this. And like, okay, this guy sucks. He doesn't work walks. He can't get on base. He's the slowest runner in the league. He's slow as molasses. Guy's terrible defensively. He made 7 key errors. You're sitting there like, damn, you guys are messed up, man. So that's basically what it is. I'll read it if you wrote it. I believe he wrote a second book called Madman Out of the Shadows. Shame, and Into Light of Grace. Okay, here it is right here. That's the cover of the book. Go check it out on Amazon. Check it out on Amazon.com. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to play Bye Bye Baby. We're going to roll because I got nothing else to say, but the Giants win the game, a much-needed victory, and furthermore, the player of the game today is Logan Webb with 58%. Thank you for your votes. It's crazy I get votes. It's crazy I can put up a poll. We actually get votes. We actually get votes. Let's just go ahead and play it. When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park. Cheer for the batter and light the spark. Giants baseball, say bye, baby. If you wanna be in first place, bye, baby. Listen to the broadcast of KNBR, and you'll see who we are. San Francisco Giants. And it's fine. Baby, there it is. Giants win the game. Thank you guys so much. Yes, concerts coming up, albums coming up. I'm trying to work on all these things. But we get real busy with baseball. That's for dang sure. Thank you guys again for the support. Giants are the winners today. 3-1, the final score. Let's keep it up. Shout out to the 2014 San Francisco Giants World Series team. And just as a throwback, we have to watch the final out with Salvi Perez at the plate, still playing, which is pretty crazy. We have to watch it.
Salvador Perez, the 2-2. Popped up. Sandoval in foul territory. Giants win. A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants for the third time in the last 5 years. And their hero, Madison Bumgarner.
There's the moment right there, the third World Series. And in 2016, when the Giants slipped into the playoffs, I'm like, dude, even year magic. You guys remember the even year magic? That was something else. If they would have won it in 2016, that would have just been wild. Yeah, four consecutive even years. But of course, the even year magic finished. But we can start it again. It's 2024. Let's start it up again. Zendava, Dave, Shiba Shaba, Manuel Zavala, Machines of God. Thank you guys, everyone, for the absolutely incredible support. Here's me in 2014 in Kansas City, following the Giants. I went to Kansas City. I'm a hardcore, okay? In Kansas City. We can see it, actually. There I am in Kansas City with a Royals fan at the gas station. But that's just proof right there. We've been following this team for many. I don't even know what that gas station is, but I know it's in Kansas City. So you guys have a wonderful day. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. He is stopping. He's going back. He's going to run down. Ball gets away. This one's over. Oh, my freaking goodness. But I got the Twins signing Carlos Correa. Jeff Passan has the Giants getting Chris Bryant. I am taking the Atlanta Braves.